Listen up. This week could completely change the game for Bitcoin. Why? Because we have Fed Chair Powell speaking, new home sales, durable goods, existing home sales, GDP, and PCE inflation numbers all landing in just a few days. Every single one of these reports will move markets, and Bitcoin is right in the middle of it all. Stick with me because I'm breaking down exactly what to watch and how this week could set the tone for the months ahead. What's up, family? It's Coach Masi, and you're locked into the Daily Hodl. This is the show where we cut through the noise, talk real financial news, and connect the dots for Bitcoin. Remember, this is not financial advice. It's for educational purposes only. Now, let's get started. I'm so happy you're here. This week starts with Jerome Powell speaking on Tuesday. You see, markets will be hanging on to every single word he speaks. They always do. And investors want to know about interest rates, inflation expectations, and how the Fed plans to handle the economy moving forward. Any hints about rate cuts, pauses, or surprises could trigger massive moves, not only in stocks, but also in Bitcoin. That's why you need to stay up to date this week. Bitcoin reacts strongly to shifts in monetary policy sentiment because it's increasingly seen as a hedge against uncertainty. If Powell signals caution or economic weakness, we could see investors move into Bitcoin as a safe haven. And that would be great for all us Bitcoiners. That's why Tuesday is a critical day. Now don't blink because markets will not either. And Wednesday brings two major reports: new home sales and durable good orders. New home sales, this is the measurement of demand for newly built homes. Weak sales signal slower economic activity and tighter consumer budgets. Durable good orders, well, these show how much companies are spending on long-lasting items like equipment and machinery. Strong orders mean confidence. Weak orders suggest caution. Now, both reports give us a real-time picture of the economy's strength. Bitcoin can move as investors react to the uncertainty of the traditional markets. A slowdown might push more capital into Bitcoin, while strong numbers could create short-term volatility. Thursday is another big day. We'll get to this. Existing home sales. This tracks the resale of homes. Slower activity means tighter money in the system, which can, again, lead investors to consider alternative assets like Bitcoin. We also have Q2 GDP. The gross domestic product measures the overall economic growth. Any sign of slowdown could influence the Fed's decisions and market confidence. People are looking at all these reports. There's two reports that are also critical because they provide insight into consumer confidence, spending, and the health of the overall economy. Bitcoin reacts to news in real time, especially when uncertainty rises. Keep your eyes glued to the charts this Thursday. And Friday concludes the week with PCE Inflation report. This is the Fed's preferred gauge for inflation. A high reading could push the Fed to keep rates higher for longer, potentially creating volatility in all markets. You saw mortgage rates drop prior to the rate cut, and then they went back up a little bit. So it's going to be interesting. A low reading may indicate that cuts are coming more often and frequent, which could boost investor confidence in both stocks and Bitcoin. Remember, inflation numbers are market movers. Bitcoin has proven itself as a safe haven in times of uncertainty, and this Friday's PCE number could trigger rapid moves depending on what it reveals and kind of what directions inflation trends to go. So here's what you need to do this week. Watch Powell's speech on Tuesday for any hint of a rate change or economic outlook. And you could watch the stock market live and see the changes. Monitor Wednesday and Thursday housing and GDP reports closely, as they can influence short-term market sentiment. And don't forget Friday. Friday's important because PCE inflation report. This is the number that the Fed actually follows when making policy decisions. So for Bitcoin investors like you and me, this week is about positioning. Stay informed, watch the economic indicators, and understand that volatility creates opportunity. This is the kind of week where Bitcoin can move significantly in either direction depending on how the market digests these reports. Family, now I want to hear from you. Which report this week do you think will have the biggest impact on Bitcoin? 1. Powell's speech. 2. GDP. 3. Housing. Or 4. PCE inflation. Comment below and let me know. Smash that like button, hit subscribe if you haven't already, and share this video with someone who wants to stay in the know for Bitcoin news, especially what's ahead this week. Reminder, this is not financial advice. How you spend your own money is up to you. But remember this, stay sharp, stay disciplined, and keep your eyes on the bigger picture. That's your Daily Hodl. As always, Lead.Pray.Hodl. I'll see you in the next one.